Spirit of Pula, the spirit of rain. Pula is the name. Today I wanted to talk about this experience that I've had a few days ago. Um, I'm not really sure why I want to talk about it, but I feel like, it's just something I need to do. I feel like you might learn something from this experience. A few days ago, I was invited at this gathering by a friend of mine. So I was a bit nervous to go there because, it's been quite some time since I've been in a crowd or in a crowded space, because for a few years now I've been focusing on myself. I've been focusing on my growth. I've been focusing on my spiritual growth, my content, and all of that, right? I've been just, trying to reinvent myself, learning more about myself, and just enjoying my own space and my own company, right? I've been shedding a lot. I've been getting rid of this mask that I used to wear to just fit in, right? So, sometimes we think that we got over certain things until spirit actually gives you another opportunity to actually see it from a different angle, or even see if you've learned from it, if you've really healed from it. So I went there, and then while we were there with my friend, I saw this other guy, right? I had an encounter with this guy, and he reminded me about something that I thought I've forgotten, right? So I saw this dude, and, you know, he just instantly reminded me of something I'm not really proud of. So that's why I think I want to share this with you. So when I met this guy, and he still remembers me, but he didn't really talk about what happened the last time I saw him. The reason this was so significant for me was the fact that was because of that. The last time I saw this dude, I was involved in a fight, and I just ruined everyone's time. I just ruined everybody's good time. And, that's something I'm not really proud of. That past experience of mine, um, it's something that I was embarrassed of for a very long time. That's something that really stayed with me. And, sometimes you'll be away from something or away from certain people, and then you automatically think that you've gotten over it, right? But then now I realize, for man, there must be a reason why I'm seeing this guy. So Nuyana, I think what was a bit scary for me was the fact that the emotions that used to come with that memory or that experience were, or used to be, very intense. They used to be very, very, very intense for me, right? But then this time it was very different. This time it was very different, where, I just felt unmoved. I just felt unmoved. And that's why it was so scary for me. It's not something that I'm used to, right? So I was just unshaked by that memory that used to haunt me. That memory used to really, really, really haunt me. And I would even think about it each time I'm in a crowd, or each time I'm at a gathering, could be family or friends, doesn't matter. That experience used to make me feel very intense. It came with very, very heavy emotions. So, like, the old version of me, knowing who I used to be, I I I could have left, you know, there and then. I could have left. because of how intense that was for me. But this time it was just, just different. Just different. But then I couldn't shake that question of, okay, why am I seeing this person today? What is the purpose of this? Why does it feel like my past is resurfacing at this moment? And it's still a bit scary because, like I've said, I just feel unmoved. Unmoved. So everything happens for a reason. Now I wanted to know the reason, like, okay, why is this happening now? And why is it happening today? Out of all the days, I could have met the dude across the street or in town or, somewhere else. Why here? Why now? That was my question. I feel like Spirit was reminding me of how far I've come, and Spirit was also telling me that, it's safe now. It's safe. Akira, you've learned, you've grown, you let go, and now it's time to actually realize, for whatever happens next is totally up to you. It's totally up to you. You can decide right now to go back to the old version of you or embrace this new version of you, which is healed, which is more aware, which is, someone who people look up to. And now that I no longer have that mask on, it means that I can actually attract what I want to attract. I can attract what can bring me joy, bring me peace. I was also reminded that now that I don't have the mask on, now that I know who I am, now that I'm now, operating in a different frequency, I can actually attract something different. I was also reminded that, you know, my past doesn't define me. My past doesn't define me, and it doesn't have to define me. So I've also realized that, when you're going through a new beginning, and when you just want to reinvent yourself, old things will always surface. Old things will always resurface. And it's not to bring you back to your old habits or the old emotions, but sometimes it's just to show you how far you've come. It's just to show you how far you've come. And some people will call it a test, but for me, I'll just call it truth. Truth. When these old things start to resurface, this is when you see the real truth. This is when you get to see how you really genuinely actually feel about certain things. And that's how you get to move on. And if this video found you at the right time, like, share, subscribe, because this is Spirit of Pula, the one and only Spirit of Rain. Pula is the name.